2 years. That's it, guys. We're at the 2-year anniversary. Here we are. Okay, so let's give you a brief update of what I have done over the course of the last 2 years. First of all, there's the empennage. The empennage is mostly done. There's a couple wiring things that need to be done specifically with the tail light, as well as reaching down in there and adding the bottom screws for the entire rudder assembly so that it's on there firmly. I've intentionally not put those in yet because I have a change I would like to make on a couple of the rivets that I know I'm going to have to take the whole assembly off. So I just decided let's not put those on yet. But for the most part, the empennage is ready to go. It's done. And you know where I am with the wings. I'm actively working on those right now. I've got one wing, I would say about, I don't know, 70% done, and the other wing is probably 30% done. They take a long time, the wings. They take longer than the empennage, which I think was interesting. I didn't expect that, but they really do. Most of that is just because it's repetitive. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Not bad. It's not hard. Like the empennage, none of it is difficult. It's all completely doable. But it's just one of those things that it just takes time. I have slowed down a little bit on my production. Part of that is, money in, money out. I don't want to burn through all my funds too quickly. I had talked about this in a previous video. Basically, you want to work at a speed that makes sense to your income. So when you're done with one kit, you have enough money to buy the next kit. Well, I technically have enough to get the fuselage, but I'm just holding off just yet because I would rather have more than enough. That way I have a little bit extra to fall back on if needed. So, and plus there's no reason. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take me. And probably a couple months, honestly, before I'll be done with the wings. Especially if the fuel tank is any indication. The fuel tanks suck. So just didn't want to do those on the one fuel tank. So doing the other fuel tank again, shoot me. So that's coming. Regrets, what would I do differently maybe? I think I had talked about this a number of times about getting the quick build version of the wings instead of the slow builds. If I were you and I were doing this fresh for the first time, knowing what I know now, I would go ahead and spend the extra money on the quick build for the wings. I don't know that I would say that is the case for the fuselage yet. I think the slow build fuselage is still perfectly okay. I'm not going to have as hard a time with that. But talk to me again next year. By then, I'm pretty sure I'll have the fuselage, if not done with the fuselage, and I'll tell you whether or not you should get the quick build on it. So that's it. Yay, 2 years went by really quickly, actually. I know a lot of people could have had this plane done in that amount of time, if they didn't have life and a job and family and all that other stuff going on. So I'm not unhappy with my progress, though. I think this is great. My overall plan was to have the plane flying by 2020. I think I'm still on track. I honestly thought I would have the wings farther than I have them. I kind of, it took 8 months, I think, or 7 months, I think, to do the empennage, which admittedly is slow. I expected the wings to take roughly the same amount of time, but they've taken longer. And like I said, a lot of that is just life slowdowns. And I'm told the fuselage takes even longer because it's just a lot of little things. We'll see. So anyways, I expected to be farther than I am. I'm not. Oh well. I'm still on track for 2020 as far as I can tell. It'll be much easier to tell once I get a lot closer. That's still a ways out. So there's that. Finally, and I'll put a link down below, I am including a list of all my tooling. I'm getting a lot of people asking me questions about tools. What tools do I use? What should they buy? What shouldn't they buy? What can they wait? And so I'm going to add an entire list of all of my tools in spreadsheet form. I'll give you a link below. You can visit it and view it, and you'll know exactly what tools I've purchased, as well as on the right side, how many I recommend you get. So the left side has the number that I bought, but that may or may not be the number that you actually need or what I recommend. So just read it over, you'll see. But what tool it is, what it's for, my comments about it, as well as I hope to eventually give you a store link. So you can click a link and it will take you to some store somewhere so you can actually purchase that item, as well as a video talking about that item and or instructing how to use it. These are all things that I want to do coming down the road. Baby steps. So bear with me on those things. If you guys have any questions though, feel free to ask. Thank you everybody, really appreciate it. Here's to 2 more years, right? Thanks.